Yeah. I'm just gonna decide to go live now. Um, I kind of ambushed a couple panels. I went on Todd's, went on Jeff's a little bit. Now it's kind of just like it's kind of just like an aquarium thing, like just trying to find out how these people think. But yeah, I can't take the more of the Jeff thing. It's just like a rabbit hole. Um, hold on, I'll get the link. Let's see. Here's a link. Here's a link. As far as how to pin that link, or an MP. Oh. Test, test.
No,
Yeah.
it's just to show it proves me.
Yeah, bro, we're not doing that here. You don't need to. Yeah, he kept saying like I need to show my face when it was like the phone was facing the opposite direction. So like you have to give it time.
Yeah. And then he docs fucking Telly.
Oh, I don't know Telly anything about Telly, so I wouldn't know if it was a dox.
No, he made Telly show his face, and before Telly could move
Oh
the camera
yeah,
away, he
I
showed his
saw
face.
that. I think he does that like on purpose. Do you think like he just will get them to dox themselves and then let them up, and then it'll.
Yeah, either that or he's recording so he can get faces. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand the Facebook and how Facebook works. That's his problem.
No, it's not even
You
that.
can
It's like
private it so no one can like look at your posts and stuff. But if
it's
you
like
don't
the
private it right, you can still see pictures, the people's photos and stuff. Like
what I'm
you gotta
saying is
edit
like
it
the
out
elephant
when
in the
you.
room is like that he was insinuating that Damone was a pedophile because he was looking through kids' pictures to get to the picture that was on his photo,
Not
and
just
he just
kids'
wasn't.
pictures. It was every photo that he ever posted on Facebook.
Yeah, but
No,
he was
no,
highlighting that like
no, I know.
he
No,
was
yeah, yeah, definitely.
is
I
making
no, I definitely caught that, but he wouldn't say it. He's like, I'm not
yeah
insinuating that.
that's that's just bitch shit. Like I think like if you're gonna do that, like if you were to make that, I would respect him if you were to make that case. Like if you were to just make that, like if you were to just make that argument and be like, all right, yeah, I think that because he did this, that would be different. But
Happy
it's
New
just
Year,
like
Debbie.
he's not willing to even stand by what he actually means.
Hey, FM. Good morning, brother. Happy New Year.
Hey, Jay,
No, you're
F
right. It's just like other people that like fucking good guy and JD and them. They use code names and nicknames when they're talking about people, thinking that it's gonna save them in the long run.
Yeah, it just sounds very. Oh, one moment. It sounds very just kind of juvenile to me when people are like, even honestly, even like the scabby situation, whatever, like the names, like I just kind of call people by their name because I want to be very direct when I'm referring to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I want to call them outside their name. I want them to know I'm referring to what they call themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
That's exactly my point too.
yeah, yeah, but it's kind of
Crazy.
like where Jeff wasn't understanding where the veterans were coming from, but he was still trying to justify him calling himself a veteran.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't get that. And I saw where Telly was coming from. Like, yeah, if you're someone that's been at a certain company or in the line of work for, you know, 30, 40, 50 years. You know,
Yeah, but they're always called like retired cops. It's always specified
I
what
don't know.
that
I'm
is.
saying like, and
I've
yeah,
heard
I
what
would
you're
have.
saying, but like I heard what you're saying, but like even that though is it's always referred to as a retired cop. Like, but for Jeff, like 2.5 years of like of what, you know? I was wanting to say like, because I mean, it's like this is a combination of being a peace officer and a CO altogether. So that means that less than 2.5 years of doing each one. So he's comparing that to veteran status.
Insulting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go on these like wicked long tangents where about nothing. Like we're getting into a Facebook privacy issue where that's not the original topic.
Yeah, and then how he's gonna, make comments about the Facebook being private, but yet his Instagram's wide open, and he has, from what I understand, he has photos of his grandkids on there. Is that what I understand? Is that what I heard, or is that what
I
Telly
think
was
that's what he
saying?
said. Telly said that he posted he was actually actually he was posting pictures of it. I think it's either his kids or grandkids on his predator catcher Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah,
Could you imagine that?
yeah, it's
Posting
like,
pictures of your kids or grandkids on your predator catcher Instagram.
yeah, it's backwards. Why the fuck would you do that?
I never heard of a peace officer until a week ago. I just thought they were saying police officer. Yeah, I'm actually not too familiar with it myself, but I guess it means it's like one level less. Almost sounds malicious, doesn't it? What do you mean?
I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak real quick.
Yeah. Oh, is this? I wasn't sure if this was a warbot or the other guy. Jeff obviously has some issues. Why else would someone confuse their personal IG with their predator catcher IG? Well, no, he didn't say that. He said he fully knew that it was a predator catcher IG and shared it. I don't think he's claiming that he confused it. Yeah, no, it's like the last thing you want to do. Especially just keep just in general, it should be, for parents just like don't put their kid on social media like that. It's really not a good idea. But um so we share pictures that should not be shared in any capacity in a channel where people look at children improperly. Yeah. And who is either easily confused or yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't tell what it is as far as like saying something like that like that. I just can't diagnose things like that. So I just kind of have to take it as face value. I won't be surprised though. The example I'm thinking is like showing cows a steak channel. Oh, Gil's walk still there? That's gone. He's still there. Yeah, I can't really think of anything more other than to classify the Jeff situation, other than he just will insinuate certain things that are untruthful and won't even stand by those claims or have any accountability at all.
Yeah, I was just going to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, so um oh yeah, I should have asked about that. He hasn't shown receipts of that. Like he said, his kids were in a school shooting, and I'm sure he would have some like shitty reason why he said that he would give, but then he won't acknowledge that. Do you realize the implications of what you're doing when you're saying that children have been shot, that parents are going to react that in a alarmed way? You're putting people in a false state of alarm, and he won't answer to that. He won't answer to responsibility or accountability of anything he says or does.
Yeah, I never got that why he said that. Like, and then like looking it up after the fact, it was like something completely different. There was like a shooting, and it wasn't even at a school. It was like down the
Yeah.
street from a school, and they just put the school in lockdown. Kelly, show your face, dude. You got to show your face. Show it right now.
Oh
Hey,
dear.
what's with this guy? It's like he's got his grandkids' pictures on fucking Instagram, but he's learning as he goes. Everybody, and he needs someone to show him how to actually go and delete a fucking picture on Instagram. Does he just try right clicking and delete it?
Or long holding.
And he's had to go and get his lawyer to write some sort of disclaimer to try and override Facebook's terms and conditions. But he didn't think at the same time that maybe it would be a good idea to not post pictures of his grandkids on his Instagram or on YouTube, because he has put them on YouTube.
Before you get a lawyer,
The one thing that I didn't understand is that he was saying that he was basically learning trial and error, and like if Chris Hansen has taught us anything,
Oh, Jesus.
we're here basically all because of him, because of the To Catch a Predator, and that one thing that they stressed was the internet was dangerous in the early 2000s. So it's
It's just
nothing. It's not like anything new.
that's it. It's just kiddie excuses. It's like he knows that you get forgiven if you I'm learning. I'm doing the best I can, and I'll do it better next time. and you get forgiven for that kind of statement. People will let you off the fucking hook, but it's like, no, mate, you're a fucking adult. You're accountable. You're supposed to be a bloody pred catcher, and you haven't thought through that putting your bloody kids and grandkids' photographs on your bloody public social
The
media isn't a
one thing he
problem.
hasn't done yet, or the one excuse that he hasn't used yet on YouTube, which will be perfect, is that it's a prank, bro. He
Or
hasn't
it's
used.
sarcastic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
prank,
if you're
bro.
saying you're drunk or just that's it.
Yeah. Jeez, I'm running out of
It's
battery.
a
Oh, it's
prank,
going.
bro. Is like the number one excuse before
Yeah.
shit hits the fan
I was. Oh, how
on
about
YouTube.
saying that? How about that bit, Ryan, when he's saying that his dad was fucking super drunk?
Wait, yeah, like that's when they did the that's swatted, but the
Yeah.
well-being check.
He didn't get swatted.
While he
Yeah,
was
he
rude to
Swatted.
him.
They come with SWAT and heavy artillery and getting ready to pull the
I
walls
think
down.
what I remember that like he was referring to it for like a small period of time as that being swatted. So I think that's what I'm getting that from.
And he knew the cops. It's like he didn't know that cop.
No, I know. Yeah. No, I went on Todd's panel and I went on just panel out of like all this is just for clout. That's all we're doing here. We're just
Yeah.
getting clout.
My clout is inversely related to my battery charge. My clout's going up, but my battery charge is going down like a fucking. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
jump. Yeah, that was. I don't know. There's something about. I just love talking to the guy because it's just like I don't know. It's fascinating the way that he thinks. In a way, like watching a car crash sort of thing unfold. It's bizarre. Anyway, yeah, good talking to you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Let's jump down and chat.
Yeah, this is kind of one thing I want to address. Like I'll see a lot of comments like this where it'll like mention something, some insinuation of something Tommy I guess did, like to the people that really follow Tommy, and they'll think I will be just as privy to all those things as they are because they carefully follow Tommy, and I don't. Like I don't follow Tommy at all. But then if I like don't kind of answer to whatever this is, they'll say, "Oh, he's defending Tommy, best friends with Tommy." Like the fuck? Like I
Well,
don't.
what that
It's
comment is about is when Tommy went to go do a catch, and it was
yeah,
near a school, and it was after, I believe it was after hours, or like school was like finishing, just getting out or whatever. There was like
yeah,
teachers and maybe like an after school program or whatever going on, and somebody, I don't know if like a parent or something or a teacher left the school and came back and saw Tommy with his vest on and like the camera, and like they saw Captain and Cooley with, they had all their, they had the vest, like bulletproof vests on and stuff, and someone, it alarmed, I think like a teacher coming back to the school or something. So they put the school in lockdown, and like it was like a big thing. And then when the cops got there, they explained what was going on and whatnot. So I mean, it
So
was,
Ketchy was doing that like led to a school being shut down.
yeah, just yeah, basically because the guy he was catching, like his house was like right on the main road where the school was, and they were like standing out in front of the house, like a house down or whatever, like, and I don't know if they confronted him or they were about to when the cops rolled up, and it
Yeah, I
was
could.
like turned into this big thing.
Yeah, I could see that, but I'm kind of talking about in general. Like they'll expect me to like know all these things, which I like. I don't follow Tommy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because there's so much that goes on
Like,
with them,
like
and
it
said
can't.
about them and stuff. I
So
can't
I'm
even
saying
keep
like
up with it.
I'm willing to hear people explain things and they can make their case because we keep everything free speech. But do understand this kind of? I'm just saying like I won't know, before, like because then Tommy people will Well, like the anti-Tom people, they'll say like that we have to know about every single issue going on. I don't know. Schools that day.
Yeah, I knew it was something. It wasn't like a actual school day, or like Debbie said. Pretty sure she's right about that. But the vest scared one of the employees, and they called the cops. Come on, Sam Squatch. Happy New Year.
Yeah, wearing body armor is probably a good idea considering what happened to Bupak, but he was smart about it and wear that stuff under a larger size hoodie. Yeah,
That's
I don't know,
that's
either I'll buy one.
well, but like even when Blaze wears his, like I'm depending on where we are, I'm like, oh, do you even really need it right now? Like the 80-year-old guy that we caught the other in Acton that got arrested. Like there was no need for him to really wear it then, but if that's what makes him feel safe. But
No, not actually. I'm not saying you though, but I'm saying like
no,
what
no,
I
no,
kind of get from. That's kind of what I get from that whole camp, but not referring to you though.
no. I'm just saying like I was agreeing like we should wear them under make sure they're thin enough or whatever that they can fit under a sweatshirt or a shirt or something like that, so it's not so visible and a little bit more discreet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. Like we're having a certain amount to protect yourself, but I don't know. I mean, I'm to an extent just like ready to just get them. I'm right now. I want to start off the year, even if I like a Uber to a pred. I'll just do it. I have to do what I can at this point. I want to get back into it. Um,
Yeah, I should have a whip in the next, I would say like next 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks. I'm shooting for 2. I'll be able to do a lot more.
when you said Sammy watched CP and left, and you were anti-theft for 2 years, it's rich coming from you. Yeah, and then people will come
Yeah.
talk about me about that, and I'm like, that was being told to me when that was being told to me, and I reacted the same way that
Yeah, I think
I
we
react
all
now.
reacted. So, we were all misled. Where have you been hiding, Ryan? Just been working?
Yeah, kind of. I was feeling reflective, kind of at the end of the year, kind of just. But yeah, I want to really get into catching. That's gonna be a big thing this year.
Yeah, I gotta do more myself.
Yeah, they'll either be really early or if I have to do one after work or on a day off, that's what I'll do.
Basically, how I'm gonna have to do it too.
Yeah, yeah, we're still in that group chat, so we could give each other a catch if we need to.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't changed your number, I still got your number too. I think should.
I never changed my number.
All right, yeah. So then I still got your number.
Yeah,
You need me to text you?
No, well, you could. I don't know, it's you.
Alright. I'll do that shit right now.
Yeah, showed it to us and I had my reason, but trying to get a dude locked up, yeah, that part. And Tommy never laughed about that. Blondie made that shit because the obsession is fucking out of control. Change your name should have played it out like a bad joke.
I just texted you. Let me know if you got it or not.
I just got it.
Alright.
Yeah, but yeah, those I kind of just stumbled in some of the shenanigans. The just streams kind of like saw. Probably missed some stuff, but yeah, kind of not really much more to say.
That's cool with me. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go up on Jeff's either, but then when he's talking about Facebook and couldn't didn't get the concept that like even though if it's quote unquote private, there's still it's still like open to an extent that you can, depending on how the settings are, you can still see you can see all your photos and stuff. You don't have to be person's friend on Facebook. But he doesn't get that concept. He just thinks because he clicked private, it's locked up. And it's not. Well, I don't know how his is, but I've seen it
Yeah.
many a times.
I was involved in CP investigation. Why is he allowed in the community? I'd rather a silly lockdown, which school kids probably didn't care. It's school, for fuck's sake. It's a CP suspect a little more serious. I mean, I think a catch can cause certain things to happen. I mean, it could cause school to shut down, but if it does, it does. I mean, ideally, it's not going to, but if they shut it down for whatever reason.
I mean, it also should be set up so it's not anywhere near a school or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to do a catch anywhere near a school, but
I think they were going to do a door
yeah,
knock.
that's kind of my thing. Is I wouldn't even agree to do a catch if I knew it was near a school. I'm not too sure where the schools are. What like in my place in my city, because like a lot of the schools I didn't go to. But if it's near a school, I don't want it to be there.
I definitely don't want it to be near a school, but
Yeah,
because you can't help if the person lives next to it and you're gonna go do a knock on the door. What do you do in that case?
yeah,
Um,
like
I mean, in
you have
Tommy's
to.
instance, you just don't wear a bulletproof vest. Don't go all geared up.
I feel bad for their families. Imagine spending so much time on one man on the internet who is trying to protect kids in this area. I don't know.
I think they're talking about Thaw or people that just obsess about him.
I can't think of it goes a little far, like, cause I just stand don't watch his. I don't follow him, like whatever. But people are don't know about like his latest thing, like something. I heard latest thing I heard something about a lawsuit with Sam, something like that. I briefly saw it. I don't know.
I'm not sure about all that. I think Sam might be helping JT or something like that.
Yeah, then Sam drove all the way to Colorado for that court appearance.
That's wild.
Drove. Like, how much of a trip is that? Couple days, one person.
It's gonna be from Florida. It's gonna be at least 20 or so hours.
Yeah, that would be like, I would say
Traveling by
arguably
yourself,
36
longer.
hours. So for that to be like that's days of driving. Maybe sending out restraining orders to them. We can't discuss that. We will have to find out if they get served. Oh, Colorado Pet Patrol. Is that the new channel? I don't know.
I don't know. No. Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, the new channel.
Yeah.
But he has all his gilded information and CPP fan website and everything on the about. So it's got to be.
No, I think Tommy should get a restraining order from JT. JT is very unhinged, certainly dangerous to children, and he has every right to get a restraining order against JT. I don't want him anywhere near his kids.
Man, and the shit that he said to Meow about Nunya, and they're trying to downplay it.
He went to prison for arson. Like, he would act on his motives too. And he really, like, it's like when one of the, like, he kind of reminds me of like one of those people that must have.
Oh, I guess KR isn't Tommy, but they have all his information and shit on the channel.
Oh. Why the hell does Gofax even need to worry about Tommy's kids? My job in the community is expose Tommy and troll him. You can troll what you want. Oh.
I mean, I don't know. It's not bad to have one, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. JT is kind of a loose cannon, so I guess it'd be better to have one and not need it than need it and not have it. I mean, granted, I know a piece of paper ain't gonna do anything, but there's still legal bounds behind the paper that if JT does come in within a certain amount of feet or contact of any way or whatever it is. I'm not sure how it's set up, but there's a paper trail.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying from what I know is JT. It's a lot of things, but JT, did try. Like, I think JT and Ed tried to dox his kids, right?
Yeah, I'm not even sure about all that. There's just so much that goes on.
I heard that. I heard a lot of stuff that would like that claim. Ever since that road, JT hasn't done any bids on Tommy.
Yeah, it's because he can't.
Yeah, that's the thing. As much as I can justify, like, yeah, he should do whatever he needs to do with JT, like, but when then his sex offender brother gets doxxed, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have that go on because at the same time, that's being objective. That's principle. I think JT has learned his lesson from his jail time. I think he's all talk now. Nah, I wouldn't think someone. He seems very unhinged still. No, not at all. He seems very, very unhinged still today. I don't see how you would see anything from JT Colfax and think there's something even reasonably mild tempered about him. Yeah, and he actually has talked about Tommy's kids. That's true.
I think more than once. Yeah, definitely. Why bring kids into it then? You know,
Correct me if I'm
have no
wrong, but
clue.
William JT Snorlax was convicted of disturbing human remains or something like that. No, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was like taking photo, like setting props up and like
Art, as
taking
he
weird
said.
photos with him.
And what he also called art was talking about sexually assaulting teenage boys or whatever that were allegedly making fun of him or something for how he was traveling with the suitcase. Something really weird. But he started mailing these creepy letters to a certain town, and he called that art.
Art,
Yeah,
man. Art.
it's started to even repeat.
Yeah, that's true too. KR took the logbook. That whole situation's messed up.
What else situation?
The whole John Benet Ramsey thing. Like how she was murdered and
Was that the Massachusetts case?
no. John Benet Ramsey is the uh girl's how like the girl that like died and like JT tried setting the house on fire. It was like that girl's house. Like it was like some child star. She was like in pageants and like she was just like a child star back in the 90s. And she got murdered. They don't know who did it. Well, they think I don't know. It's crazy. It's like a crazy story. I don't know too much about it, but
Oh,
it it basically broke the news back in the 90s and stuff.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if there's like proof of that, but still, he did a bunch of creepy shit with corpses.
It's messed up.
I think what he ended up serving a lot of jail time for was him trying to burn down like a well known house. There was like that child actor you talked about.
Yeah.
That was
Tried burning the house down.
yeah, that was what ended up him doing time for. That's what he did like really most of his time for, I think. Yeah.
It sounds about right.
But yeah, just want to make this probably a small stream. Not sure more to speak on. Might kind of end it off here, though.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
You got to probably take a nap. Been up since like 12. Well, after a little bit after 12.
All right, sounds good.
All right, brother.
Good, morning. Started at night, but morning, afternoon, rest of the day.
Have a good day, chat. Happy New Year's.
Yep.
Later, Ryan.